Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. As you are aware, if you have been following the very high-profile case of Idaho versus Kohberger, the case was largely prosecuted under seal with multiple hearings on key matters held behind closed doors and also numerous documents, including documents containing the evidence the state of Idaho had to come to the conclusion that Mr. Kohberger was the sole and the correct perpetrator responsible for the crimes at 1122 King Road. On top of everything else, there was a gag order that was instituted commencing day 4 in the proceedings. It was entered after the state and the defense went to the first judge in the case, Judge Megan E. Marshall, and asked her to enter that gag order. It was not rescinded until July of 2025. Judge Stephen J. Hippler, who was the judicial officer in the case since September of 2024, announced a process that he would be implementing where he would be asking both sides, going from the end of the case on backward rather than the beginning of the case on forward, and requesting that the parties provide objections or non-objections to a certain period of time from the case relative to should documents under seal be released to the public, be released with redactions, or continue to maintain their sealed status. There was a court order that was issued, the first one, dealing with documents from June and July, the very end of the case. And after the court received the parties' positions on unsealing those documents, a certain number were unsealed with or without redactions, while others continued to maintain their sealed status. The same happened relative to the second order dealing with documents from April and May of 2025. The third court order that was issued back on October 16th, 2025, regarding documents under seal for January, February, and March of 2025, the court entered an order finding that he found no further justification to continue sealing certain of those documents from January, February, and March of 2025. On December 18th, in the order unsealing, redacting, and or maintaining sealed status of documents. However, as of today, December 26th, 2025, none of the dozens of documents that the court entered be unsealed with or without redactions have been released to the public. We're going to monitor the docket today to see if this will be the day when these documents are so released. Concerning documents going back beyond January of 2025, specifically from December 29th, 2022 through the end of December 2024, there has not even been a court order that's been entered as of yet, asking the parties for their positions regarding unsealing, redacting, and or maintaining sealed status of documents from the end of 2024. That is what is expected the fourth court order will indicate. That order has not yet been released to the public. Additionally, documents continue to be sealed from the public even after the closure of the case, up through a document dated December 18th, 2025. So there's a question as to when will the court then look at documents after July through whatever period of time, by the time he gets to resolving the very beginning of the case, when will these additional documents be looked at for possible unsealing without redactions, redacting, and then unsealing or continuing to maintain sealed status? It is not known. What is apparent, however, is that It is now just days away from the end of 2025, with just a few documents released from April, May, June, and July, that this process may take 2 more years or longer before the matter of State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohberger and the issue of the many documents under seal will finally be resolved. We will continue to monitor this situation, provide you with updates as they arise. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us today.